Welcome. We've got a best of 5. We'll put the score up here between FreakinAndy, who's playing as the Armenians, and NeoZz, who's playing as the Aztecs. NeoZz is an underdog. NeoZz beat Viper 3-2, and NeoZz has come in today to do everything he can to pull off the upset once again. He has come forward immediately with his Eagle, and he is trying to steal this boar, but the Eagle is slower than the Scout, and Andy has done some real damage here. He has to click faster here. They're going to be peaking right now with their click speed. Apparently, NeoZz could click faster. And this boar's pretty close by. There's now a villager here from NeoZz. NeoZz is also getting Loom. So NeoZz should be able to bring this in. This would be a huge start for NeoZz. Yeah, I actually brought the villager to just fight back the Scout. That's super well executed. And now he has to hope, like he really has to hope, that the boars are not anywhere near Andy's Scout right now. And Andy's Scout is looking, but the boars are actually on this side. So if NeoZz can bring these boars in quick, get these sheep real quick, this could be 3 boars against 1. Luckily for Andy, he does have a mule cart civilization, so he can just build a mule cart and take some of this hunt, but that's not a lot of hunt. Andy really wants a boar right now. And he's going to see it. And he can't hesitate here. 2 hits on it's what he needs. He's now going to try and take this. Oh, the boar got an extra hit there. So now actually the Eagle, obviously the Eagle can't chase. Oh, hold on. We'll go to Gaia Vision. We're on boar vision. If the boar loses sight of the Scout at one point, it will stop. I think Andy's going to be bringing a villager, but I am not letting you off of the boar's vision here. The boar might just die here. Scouts are super weak. And there's a villager now. And the villager attacked the Eagle. But now the boar is going back. Now the boar is going back. No way, dude. I mean, this boar could just die out here. But Andy's he needs the meat. Okay, now the boar stops. Now it's going towards Andy. And it's on 3 HP. Andy cannot let this die out here. Oh, man. Okay, well, it dies. I mean, it's close by. He can just wheel over with the mule cart. Man, what a start. What a start. It does actually end up working out for Andy. If he was not Armenians, this would have been horrible. And there is food on that boar. Recent changes made it so if you kill hunt with military buildings, you would still be able to take resources from it, and that saves Andy there. So, wow. In the end, Andy's Scout is alive, scouting the rest of the map. I still think that NeoZz should... I mean, this is assuming that they've managed everything nicely behind this, but I still think I would give NeoZz a slight advantage based on how this played out. This Eagle's weak, but you can actually heal up inside the TC. It's very slow, but you can do that. That's not something Andy can do. And just to talk about NeoZz again for a second, because there were some chatters asking, like, what do I know about the guy? He's been around a couple years. He's had a really good 12 to 18 months. I think he's like, I got to verify this stuff with him, but I think from what I've heard, real young, like maybe 19 or 20. Could be a couple years off on that, but even if it's like early 20s, it's pretty young as far as AoE2 Pro scene is concerned. And he beat Viper in the previous rounds. He's had some good results in qualies. I mean, the thing about him is he always comes in with a really nice game plan. He seems really prepped. And it is a good example. There's a couple players out there of a player who doesn't need to have high rating on the ladder. I mean, 2,300's still high, don't get me wrong, but it's not like the 26, 27, 2,800 elo. Tournaments are kind of a different beast. So, we've got the deer being pushed in. And so this is a bit of extra food for Andy. He has been able to click up here. And NeoZz is not planning on going Feudal Age at all. I mean, he's got 2 farms. Maybe he looks at his back gold and thinks he can get away with the fast castle. So he's thinking about more extremes. I don't know, like, fast castle with 3 boars? Yes. Can you actually do it with only 2? Is Andy trying it as well? Damn. I think he's trying the same thing. I guess if you use the market, right? What'll be interesting is they're both going to aim to sell stone. The nice thing about Andy's build was the villagers didn't have to move around too much from the hunt to the gold with that mule cart. Yeah, he's not going to be able to click up immediately, right? You need so much more wood than this for the market. But with 3 relics here and 3 relics here, both civs would really benefit. I think it'll be close with the timings. Just the fact that they are essentially going for the same build and Andy's up a little bit faster to the market is definitely beneficial to him. Of course, Aztecs have extra gold, so NeoZz benefits from that. Super close game. Both players at home with their scouts. And Andy will definitely know his opponent's going fast castle as well. Just simply due to the fact his opponent's feudal age time is late. So, market will go up. I expect the stone to be sold. So just pay attention to how much gold that brings in. It's like a slight difference, but still a difference nonetheless. So he gets 181 gold. And obviously buys the food as well, which is a little bit cheaper. And damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. If he added 1 less vill, it's off. Like, every single aspect of this build had to be perfect. And then you can see the difference here. Now you have NeoZz selling a stone, buying food, and he's also up. Very clean. So, I'm kind of expecting monks here, guys. They don't have very good food eco. And they both have a lot on gold. The Armenian player can make warrior priests, which could pick up relics, heal, and attack. But honestly, he's probably going to make 1 warrior priest. But I don't know if a lot of them make sense here because they can't convert back, right? This is a danger when you're up against someone like Andy. Andy's in love with monks, and you could see his villagers were thinking about maybe moving this way. He realizes he's been spotted. Andy went forward himself with his scout, looked to see if there was a barracks on archery range, didn't see it. Now he's moving the vills. Oh, he is going to try and build his church on the front. Oh, that'd be so good. So, it's not on YouTube yet, but I'm uploading. Oh, NeoZz sees it as well. NeoZz is going to try and stop this. I'm uploading a video with a church rush soon. And my take is they build way too fast. I think it's a really underrated play is to just church rush someone. 5 villagers can build a church like 4 times faster than 5 villagers can build a tower. It's crazy. And then you could fire arrows from it, and it only costs wood. Smart from NeoZz. NeoZz knows he can't allow this to go down, and so he's trying to vill rush this back. I wonder if Andy is just going to commit to building one anyways. And there he goes. This is what I mean. Watch how fast this builds. NeoZz has brought like his whole eco to try and stop this. Okay, he kills 1 vill. But this church is going to be up like immediately, and it fires arrows. And you can't really hang around. And Andy's going to build another one now, and he's going to build it right on the relics. And now he's making warrior priest, which can fight as well. NeoZz is in big trouble here. I think NeoZz might be dead. Wait, he's walling this? Okay. It's so risky, though, right? Yeah, so risky. He had the right approach if the build speed on this was what I would consider to be reasonable. It is not reasonable at all. It's so fast, and he's taking advantage of it. Triple monastery now from NeoZz. He's going to get atonement to convert the warrior priests and convert all the monks. But Andy's going to say, thank you very much, bro. Now, will he regret putting the relics there, I wonder? Will he regret building the other church forward? Because there's relics from that. He also built a church at home. He's got 7 relics already? Like, that was instant. And now he's going to add the siege. So, yeah. I've seen players, now granted, they weren't in this good of a position, but they've overmade warrior priests. Now the warrior priests offer you no value against monks with atonement. Now the relics could have been brought in with regular monks. Now he might be thinking about regular monks. He's also thinking about siege. I like rams. To take down the market would be a massive benefit. And Andy loses a warrior priest. He almost loses another one. But yeah, taking down the market, taking down the monastery, obviously would be very good. NeoZz's house. NeoZz is also going to try and mine this gold, which is pretty wild. It is sudden death, so if he could maybe sneak and do something to hit Andy's TC, that could win him the game, but it feels like he's kind of locked at home right now. In these low eco games, 7 relics is unreal, dude. What a great play from Andy to move forward with these churches. It was so good. I just expected him to go church at home, get the relics there, and then just go monk v monk. I love taking down the market because both players are going to be using the market constantly. Not much you can do about that right now if you're NeoZz. The redemption's just now on the way, and even then, getting close to the ram is going to be tricky. Eagle gets killed by 2 villagers. We have a warrior priest and monk counterattack from NeoZz. That's kind of a smart play. Here comes his other monks. You cannot convert the fortified church, by the way, with redemption. It's just like a monastery in that regard. And monks find each other, and a monk gets converted. This snowball begins. Is this doable right now for NeoZz? Why is there not a red dot on top of the monk there? You see that? All the vills that were here on gold for Andy are now off of gold. And the conversion, oh, it doesn't come in. Redemption's in, but you have to stand next to the monastery. NeoZz is housed again. He's building a new market now. Andy has warrior priests in here. He could hop out. He could kill these villagers. The warrior priest will do so. Meanwhile, the houses and the and the blacksmith and the market's been converted. He's got a market now. Okay. But you still have to be really worried about your town center if you're NeoZz. Guys, NeoZz has so many more monks. The blue monks here, blue monks here. He actually deletes those buildings so they don't get converted back. But he's got no one at home, bro. He can't convert the opponent's TC, unfortunately. This has gotten out of hand very quickly. Can NeoZz somehow take down Andy's TC? And can he defend his own? Andy needs to build another church here. Risky when there's monks, but Andy's actually in big trouble right now. Look at his whole eco surrounded by monks. I think he needs to bring vills, bring everything, and go attack the TC. He can't be losing villagers like this. Oh my goodness. Who would have thought that the player without the relics would have such a big monk lead, but he's had more on gold, and Andy, no! He's gonna donate economy to the enemy. Now, maybe what happens here is NeoZz wastes his conversions on vills, and then he loses all of his monks. That's what Andy's hoping for. But there's still monks prepared with monk juice, as some people call it, and the conversions are still happening. Andy can still make a play for this TC at any time. And he should be doing it soon. Here comes a ram. He's coming home with the ram? What? I don't like that, but okay, converting monks. I guess you can use the ram to escort the warrior priests in and then kill? These are Aztec monks, so they'll have more HP. Okay, Andy's getting conversions again. Deleting these monks would be smart because he's just giving them right back. This is obviously just absolute madness. Another batch of monks comes in from NeoZz. And now NeoZz is hoping the warrior priest could get kills, but it's just not going to happen. I'm sorry, but that's not the play against Aztecs. The play is to use that ram on the front. But at a certain point, your mind is just numb. And, oh my goodness. Andy does have devotion. But devotion only works for so long. This is really hard for me to cast, guys. All I do is I look at the capture age monk number to know who's winning. And I think Andy's holding on. I think devotion has paid off. In and out of the TC is kind of doing some things. He's also building a church, which can help hide and fire arrows. Welcome to Sudden Disaster. Welcome to Age of Monk. Still the 7 relics is got to be a key for Andy. And now the church is up. That church was a huge call. And oh, no, slow down. Slow down. Sorry. No spoilers here. No spoilers here. The game is definitely not about to end soon. We've got units underneath this TC. We've got monks hopping out over here. But the thing I'm becoming increasingly aware of is there is no gold for NeoZz. He can't take any gold now. He spent all of his gold. And Andy holds on and wins the first game. Holy crap. And see, that's why Andy's dangerous, right? NeoZz was able to get some wins against Viper. He did some crazy things. I don't think Viper would commit to the Monk War quite like this. Maybe wouldn't have gone for the forward churches. Who knows? But Andy was able to stabilize that after how crazy that got. In the end, this is funny. It says they both created 4 warrior priests. But obviously that was Andy making 4 warrior priests. And then those 4 warrior priests got converted. That's funny. Yeah, it was 34 monks versus 31. NeoZz never got devotion this game. But he didn't have as good an eco to do so. Yeah, he never got devotion. Yeah, he didn't have the food for that. Like, devotion's pretty expensive. Andy got it pretty early. And those 7 relics brought in 2,200 gold. That's 22 monks. So, yeah. Really, really solid. And the fact that your monasteries can be used like as a defensive and offensive structure at the same time is crazy strong. Whew. Okay, well, there's the KD, 20 to 10. There's the CD, the conversion desertions, 29 to 24. And that's our first game. Andy wins. I wouldn't expect all the games to be monks. I don't want to imply that that's all these two can do. But, yeah, obviously they have the ability to do that. This is funny. Look how fast they were. This is during the lane when they were trying to click and block the boars. And then they slowed down. Then it became a monk war. Still, obviously, they're pretty fast players. But then it tails off a little bit. And here we go. We'll put Andy back in the red. So, welcome to Akare. We've got 2 castles here next to each TC. You do have to collect them, but at this stage of the tournament, you would expect it ends up being 2 to 2. Andy has gone for the Malians, which is not a civilization I would have ever expected here. Typically, you're having wood gold unique units as your focus. The exception is Spanish, which is food gold, but like Spanish conquistadors are just absolutely ridiculous. I think Spanish was picked by NeoZz in the draft. There was a snipe, and that got sniped out. So you had a nice backup here with Burmese. Burmese feel nice for this. Fast castle's pretty easy with them. Sorry, guys. The llamas won't shut up. But you get the wood upgrades for free. Double Castle Arenbai is really solid. And Double Castle Gabetto. I mean, I like the Gabetto. But they cost food and gold, and they're low HP. And I just don't know if they can compete. I guess they are mobile. It is a ranged unit. Can they compete against Arenbai? I'm not so convinced. Now, Malians can benefit in other ways. All your buildings are a bit cheaper. So your market, your blacksmith, your lumber camp, your mill, your mining camp, there's all some savings there. So I think Andy is going to try and go for the eco approach. Use that additional wood and invest into a dock here. That's kind of weird. I don't think he can take that shorefish with that villager. Can he take this one? Okay, so he's double checking he can do that. But I mean, if Andy goes for the dock approach, then he will likely be ever so slightly later to the castle age, and that means the Arenbai will start to snowball. So, we'll see. Yeah, Pluma, I got the scoreboard, right? We got Andy up here. I think I fixed that out of game as well. So, I wonder, is it possible to go like super fast archers on this map? Like, what if you just go fast archers and take out the gold with 5 archers? Because I don't know if it's doable, but I think what would happen is NeoZz is going to sell his stone. A lot of people are selling their stone, and they're factoring that into their builds. So if Andy were to go like fast up, quick archer range, just to like hit the bills, I'm guessing there won't even be loom for NeoZz. That could actually do some crazy damage. I think that's maybe an approach you can take here. But that means he needs to have everything on a deer and boar right here, and he can't have anything more on wood right now. This will be some nice long-term food eco for him. Yeah, the castles are surrounded by Gaia walls, which, if you haven't seen it before, is probably confusing. They basically just shoot down those walls over time. That's just part of the map design. Andy's not really a fast feudal archers type of guy. He's more of a go-to-castle age type of guy. But I'm just thinking through possible ideas here. This is most likely not going to be that at this point. I guess you could try Cav Archers with Malians. The game never goes imp. Malian Cav Archers are good enough for Castle Age. Cav Archers versus Aaron, but then it feels weird, though. It's like you have two castles. To go Cav Archers, you have to build a barracks and two archer ranges. Those are 3 buildings your opponent never has to build. I think he's going to go Gabetto. That or he's going to go for Monks and Siege. But I just... Gabetto, even with the additional food eco up here, is that good against Arambai? I just don't know, dude. Would be sick if he could get a siege tower out, put the Gabetto inside the siege tower. That would be very entertaining to see. And there's so much deer to push in. The players haven't really scouted much. NeoZz will probably go do that in a second. But I don't think he'll put a lot of focus here. It's all about killing the opponent at their main base. Andy's had a crazy build, though. He got that dock up so much earlier than most people. And he's adding way more fishing ships than most people. I think I've seen like 3 or 4 max with others. And I think they were maybe at 3 or 4 right now, not 6. Will Andy forget the mill? No, he will not. I've seen a lot of players forget their mill on this map, and then it slows down their fast castle. Will NeoZz forget the mill? No, he will not. You need 325 wood for the market and the blacksmith. And he will have enough wood for that. Andy... Well, he's Malians, and there's 7 on wood, so I'm sure it will come in pretty quickly. But he's going to be up in 40 seconds here, so... It's not looking like he's clearly going to have the wood. I would trust that Andy's going to sort that out. Just saw an extra villager go to the straggler tree. Andy will see the wood on the backside. Villagers do not have loom. But scout is really valuable here. You don't want to be losing that. Yeah, Andy will build the market. And then I think he needs to drop off the wood. And then he has enough wood for a blacksmith. That's basically perfect. Maybe ever so slightly delayed, but the other villagers are going to be there. And he doesn't need 200 gold because he can sell off the stone. So that's fine. And same for NeoZz. He'll sell off his stone. And then he'll build a mining camp on the gold. And then it's pretty much shift everything to wood and gold. Andy will see that gold now. And Andy moving around confidently here. If you're playing a NeoZz position there and you see your opponent actively scouting your base like that when you haven't scouted him, and you also see just the confidence the way Andy's moving around, it can definitely get to you a little bit. But he had to be greedy to get the food. Now everything to wood, now everything to gold. And he adding another fishing ship. So, I mean, he's going to have the food. Scout fight's actually so important. And neither player going to take the risk. Sudden Dessaster is losing TC equals death, right? Yes. Yeah, it's sudden death. You can't build more TCs. It's all 1 TC. Well, one map is 2 TCs, but yeah. This is always kind of weird, how the flag shows up there. That's smart from Andy, though. He's just healing up a little bit. He's doing all the economic things. He's even adding a transport here so he can go up here and take these relics. Basically, if he holds from this, his eco is going to be superior, but... Like, what's the play here, though? Gabetto? I mean, maybe it's good enough. Also, see 2 villagers walking forward, which makes me think they're here for a purpose. Would be kind of crazy if you docked and then made navy on this river. Yeah, there goes the villager to the north. Is this for a siege workshop? Double monastery? NeoZz saw the dock. Not much he can do about it. And he's about to be up. And he's making Gabetto. He's going for siege. Ooh. What about Rams and Gebetto? You'd have to somehow get into the Ram. Oh, man, look at that. NeoZz is coming to save his scout. Andy runs away. Villagers denied. That is an ambitious siege workshop, to say the least. I think Andy could have actually committed to that and finished the siege workshop. You're going to lose the villagers anyways. Now, Gebettos are more accurate. It's 5 range against 5 range. It's 60 HP versus 40 HP. Andy is going to have all the relics. Maybe he can sneak forward to finish this siege workshop. Andy's gold is exposed, though. The Arambai are going right for it. Yeah, this is horrible. Horrible for him. Andy's amazing at not taking damage to things like this, though. Just passing. Andy's off of gold right now. He doesn't have the relics yet. Gebettos are chasing. There's so many Arambai. Like, there's going to be more Arambai on the way. The whole wood line could get nuked by these Arambai. Hasn't happened yet. That Gebetto doesn't get killed, but is close to going down. Andy is off of gold right now. The Arambai are so much faster. Andy's going to try and trap them. But at what cost? Does he lose his whole wood line because of this? NeoZz has to micro to dodge the shots. That's such good micro. But his Arambai are trapped. Andy will lose the whole wood line. That's worth it. Yeah, now you're so far ahead in eco, despite not having the fishing ships. Still has more Arambai that are elsewhere on the map. That's sick micro from NeoZz. The fact that he's still here is crazy. Really patient with it. And he does have 5 relics, though, guys. So, economically, maybe it's even now. He still hasn't lost these Gebetto. It's so valuable for NeoZz to get kills right now. Ooh, okay. But now there's another group of healthy Arambai against a bunch of weak Gebetto. Andy maybe needed to shift over to this gold. The problem is, in present-day AoE, inaccurate unique units are better than accurate unique units. Because you can out-micro accurate unique units. But, like, organ guns and Arambai are insane because if you're dodging, they still hit you anyways. Right? It's like, it's crazy. It must be so annoying if you're Andy. Like, look, you're running away and the Arambai still hit you. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. Andy needs to somehow take down the TC now. He can't fight these units. His siege workshop is not an option to utilize now. He is starting to mass petards in hopes that he can take down the TC. Yeah, look, they're just missing the shot. Gebetto are just not it, man. They're just not it. Arambai are so much better. Well played from NeoZz. We know he came to play even though he lost the first game. And now NeoZz should be thinking the only way he loses is if he loses his TC. We have seen some crazy comebacks. Andy has petards being masked. If he can, like, still hold on and still do something with his army to distract, can he possibly get units over to this TC? It got really quiet here. I think NeoZz is sensing the Gebetto might be on the move somewhere. And, I mean, we saw a 3 population victory yesterday. So, like, I'm inclined to think that Andy should take his time here. Andy's running with the scout this way. He's running with the Gebetto this way. NeoZz sees it. He will track that. This could be a moment for the petards to move in while you have the Arambai out of position, but he doesn't know. Maybe he does know the Arambai are here. Okay, he's moving. He's moving. He's going for it. He has to keep these Gebetto alive as long as humanly possible. NeoZz has to ensure that he does not get pulled out of position here and lose his TC. He's going to clean this up very quickly. The Gebetto, the petards are on the way. The second these Gebetto die, NeoZz moves forward. NeoZz is moving forward. NeoZz is moving forward. There's petards here. Run. Quick wall. Do everything you can. Everything you can. Sacrifice your whole village if you have to. Do not let those petards get in. Do not let them get in. Do not allow it. He denies it. And GG. I mean, honestly, well played from Andy to try something there. Whatever he was trying initially was not working. And NeoZz just able to save himself in time. I have to go back to the draft and look at what Andy was planning on. If I had to guess, I would say the civilization that got sniped was probably the civilization he wanted to play here. Malians is just not a good choice here. This map can produce some fun moments, but from a drafting and like variety perspective, it really isn't very good. You have Burmese, Bengalis, maybe Berbers, Koreans, Spanish. I mean, it's just, if you don't have one of like 7 civs, you're just completely screwed. And he tried, but the build was too good from NeoZz, and well played from NeoZz to obviously prep this. And he just destroyed. Geppetto is just not the unit there. Which is why I thought, like, maybe you try Cav Archers or something, but most likely what happened here is there was a snipe on a civ that would have been good here. Andy sniped Spanish, and Spanish are insane here. And Andy lost Koreans. Yeah, so Koreans are really good. Andy didn't have a backup. Snipe is kind of tricky to plan for because you, in theory, need a backup for every single type of map. Because after the civs are picked, they can take one out. So, all right, folks, here we are. This is one of my favorite maps in the tournament. Lots of different things you can try on this map. We've got Canberra here. Are there any Australians here? Am I mispronouncing that? Someone was critical of my pronunciation of that yesterday. Should I not enunciate as much? What am I supposed to do differently there? I thought I was saying it correctly. Less emphasis on the can. So what I was saying, Kunber, cannot Bera, can't Bera. There we go. I can't Bera to see this map again. Yeah. So you got the water in the middle. Okay. I'm not Australian. Spoilers. This has 30,000 food, so it's pretty much the only area you can realistically fish with your fishing ships. Technically, there is the little short fish there, but yeah. So you tend to see docks come up to take the fish, but how long they're able to take advantage of it is the question. Andy has gone to wood super early. Now, Andy's picked Persians. Persians have more HP on their town center than any other civ. They also produce villagers faster out of their TCs. So it's like, from those 2 bonuses alone, Persians are insane. Their docks also have double HP, so Persians are also insane for that reason. And NeoZz is here. NeoZz wants to deny the dock, which would be a double whammy because it denies the fishing ship, and then it also would kill the villager, but Luma's already on the way for Andy. Andy protects his villager. Persians don't have good monks. Persians do kind of struggle to make good units here because knights cost a lot of eco, and you can't have a lot of eco in 1 TC games. So it's just Andy needs to angle for the better economy and better water control, and he's actually really keeping an eye on this. He does not want to allow NeoZz to get a dock up. That was definitely NeoZ's plan. And NeoZz, you can tell, struggling a little bit with his focus as his scout is being chased. He does not have loom. Oh, but that dock is really hard to deny because the scout and the villager have to walk around the other way. Oh, that's so smart. He docks somewhere else. It's possible for the units to come through there. Damn. Well, in the end, Andy got the dock up much faster. He'll be happy with that. I would say from here, we'll probably just see Feudal Age from Andy and maybe a couple fire ships. But I would like the Portuguese player to maybe consider a fast castle. You don't want to lose your fish, but, like, you're going to lose it against Persians anyways, most likely. Take as much of that food as you can for now. Get onto monks. Get onto organ guns. Something that the Persians can't really compete with easily. Wonder if Andy, though, will go... I think what would be really smart from Andy here is you stay on the 1 dock in Feudal, and then you go, like, archers and towers. Because this is enough of a lead already. When your dock is this thick, It's not even thick with 2 Cs. It's thick with 4 Cs with Persians. Yeah, you're going to dominate there. And then you can maybe knock on the door a little bit, force some reactions on land. Like, get the eco lead, keep the eco lead with a follow-up. But is that a very freaking Andy thing to do? Fast feudal pressure? Not really. Maybe multi-dock. I could see Andy on some maps going for multiple docks, but when you already have the lead with this dock, do you really want to do that again? I could see him doing it. If you have the water control, you can then transport and castle drop or siege push the opponent's TC. Andy seems to be building up towards clicking to feudal here. And NeoZz is hoping to push in that deer. Andy just attacking the dock for whatever reason. I think he's just noticed that deer is getting pushed in, and he's going to stop this now. Could actually take the sheep and hold the gate open. Okay, Andy's in the gate, he's out of the gate, and NeoZz gets the deer. Okay, well played from NeoZz. From my perspective, you already are going to win water very easily if you're Andy. And a second dock wouldn't necessarily benefit you. What will this villager do? Is this for a barracks or is this for a second dock? Maybe a dock on this side so you completely surround the enemy dock. The economy for Andy's ridiculous here. T90, this map kind of looks like a Pokeball. A little bit, I guess. I think there's other maps that maybe look a little bit more like a Pokeball, but I could see your point. Mining camp goes up. I love that mining camp. It's next to the gold and the stone for later. And second dock is coming up. And yeah, Andy's just going to go full fires here. And he's going to say, how are you going to beat me? He will feel like there's no way he can lose if he has the economy lead. And I think NeoZz has to go monks and organs. Your eco is destined to be worse. Your units have to be stronger. Full monk is risky against a player who's going to have the fish, so I would like to see organ guns. I love this from Andy as well, walking forward with this villager, building some outposts now, just to see over those walls. But he won't actually see anything of value just yet. And he's got the double fires on the way. Double fires on the way. Dropping some houses back at home. Even getting Town Watch early so we can get the vision. Now, NeoZz will probably try to demo these fish. I'm excited to see... I say excited. I'm as excited as one can be about this tiny little detail. Which, embarrassingly enough, is actually pretty excited. I want to see if Andy will spread out his fish. Because if you leave them clumped like that, they could get demoed with one demo. But if you spread them out a little bit, you might be able to keep some ships alive here. Now Andy adds a barracks. He completely wins water. NeoZz is actually building the market and the blacksmith in the back, so his opponent doesn't see it. And he is making that demo. And this is the moment that we've all been waiting for. Pick a number, chat. Pick a number fast. Pick a number. How many fishing ships go down? I have to tell you what you're picking a number for. How many fishing ships get killed by this? Not 42. I can promise you that. Oh, no. That's going to be so bad, dude. Oh, we only got one. Oh. He needed to commit a little faster. See, if you wait, you have big problems there. Andy will see the flag. It's only ever going to be one thing. And Andy's actually clicking some of the fish back to the shore fish just to keep them alive. Another demo now on the way for NeoZz, who is on stone. To be expected. There's a stable now for Andy. And both scouts are weak. Okay, 3 more fishing ships went down. That demo lands big time. Andy has lured his opponent into his base with that scout. So now NeoZz can't actually move out here to see what else is out here. Now Andy can leave again. Andy, of course, can add more fish. There will probably be no more demos from NeoZz. But it's kind of a big deal that NeoZz doesn't know that Andy has the stable here. So if he tries to go forward... Oh, God. He has no loom. He has no loom. This scout going into the base is going to be a big problem. You need to back away the second you see this stable. Abort. 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 Oh, no. No loom, bro. No loom is horrible. And villagers are coming from Andy as well. Andy knows he needs to stop this. He knows this will be a castle. Oh, this is such a smart addition from Andy. He says, hey, how's your gate? Blocked. He builds a house in the opening. And now, again, still no loom for NeoZz. It is actually on the way. So maybe he won't lose too much here. But this is obviously worsening his economy. And it's delaying the pushback. He wanted a castle in the middle, and FreakinAndy just saw it the whole way in. The scout addition works out. He kills a villager. He's now into the opponent's base. NeoZz has pretty much every villager harassed right now. He does quick wall. So now Andy is stuck in here with 2 vills. But I think that's worth it. Well, hold on. Andy's not up to castle age yet. So, I mean... Okay, it's still probably worth it. It's gotta be. But you gotta click up to castle age. The scouts did delay that. Oh, and Andy actually escapes with some of the units here. 20 eco versus 41. When the dust settles, it's 20 eco versus 41. Oh, man. The scout edition was so nice from Andy. It's been such a smart game plan. Most people are going to castle age there, and they'll plan for the next building later on. NeoZz never expected that. And now NeoZz can barely produce villagers out of his town center, and he's on 1 organ gun. At what point do you get desperate and start to think about something more than that? You can't use the water because your dock is down. It has to be full land, right? Like, guys, in my practice games, and some games I've seen in this tournament as well, a castle here is crazy good because it insta-kills their fish. And all that investment into water gets canceled out immediately. And then you have a really forward position to pressure with organs as well. So the idea from NeoZz is actually pretty smart. But just better play from Andy. Pantaro says, hear me out. Imp into Fatoria. It's a terrible idea, but what if? Pantaro, hear me out. What if I buy 10 lottery tickets right now and I win $1 billion? It's a terrible idea, but what if? There's probably a better chance that NeoZz could actually go fast imp Fatorias on this than me winning the lottery, but what if? Andy's got to realize now that... And he actually can't fish too easily because the monks are here now. Might need to delete these fires, but Andy's got to realize that his economy is superior. You can take some poor engagements if that's the case. Be careful here, though, Andy. That's a lot of monks. And that's a lot of organs. That's an annoying amount of organs. This is starting to look very winnable for NeoZz. Andy under some pressure here. The dock is still up. Could eventually land a demo. And he's done a good job shifting these things around. That's always something NeoZz needs to respect and look at. Scouts will probably be like Cav if the food is there, but like the food count isn't there for Andy. Except for fishing ships and 1 or 2 farmers. He'll complete the siege workshop. Now, that will be for a mangonel. NeoZz could follow this up with redemption so the monks can convert that. Portuguese have some great options there. But, I mean, it's still so brutal because your eco's still so weak. If any civ can do it, though, it's Portuguese. I've seen Portuguese win from worse positions. Spearmen certainly aren't going to be helpful. The scouts aren't even like Cav yet. Andy needs a few more farms here. There's maybe an argument to idle your TC, but Andy doesn't know he has this big a lead. The score makes you think like you have a slight lead. Might actually be worth it for Andy to build a dock here and add fishing traps there. NeoZz is backing away. He knows there's siege. He has an outpost here, and he's waiting for redemption. With redemption, he can convert that. So the organ guns can kill the light cav. The monks can convert the siege in buildings. This is maybe doable. And he does have a demo in here just in case. Guys, it really bothers me that people just let outposts from the opponent sit right next to what they're doing. Like, I think people just kind of forget outposts exist sometimes. But you got to take down that outpost, man. Don't let him see what you're doing back here. Not that he's going to be doing anything too crazy, but... I guess the house also is giving vision. Even just losing your monastery here would really slow down your push if you're NeoZz. And he sees the organ guns and the monks moving forward. He should recognize that redemption is in now. Perfect timing on the devotion upgrade. So maybe he can justify rolling away here. Oh, he's trying to land attack rounds on this. That's tricky. The monks have 2 more range. And he might need to delete this one. That's a lot of converting from the old man with the hat, but... Well, I guess we don't know if this guy's old. He looks like he's pretty young. Either way, you have to be careful. Also, you have to be careful. There's a light cav that could pop out here. Oh, God. The organ guns are there. Conversions? Don't happen. Disaster for NeoZz. Disaster for NeoZz. He loses both those monks. I know they're cheap, but he's still super far behind. Also, almost lost a monk there to the demo. And he just does such a good job at being patient under pressure. It's just crazy. He's been moving around constantly. Again, even the fish, just like still alive. NeoZz needed that engagement to go way better. Devotion paid off for Andy big time. Without Devotion, he would have probably lost 2 mangonels. And maybe never killed the monks. Still, those organs will shred the light cav. So it's still not easy to engage into, but FreakinAndy's economy is freaking insane right now. I actually think Andy could just build a defensive castle and think about Imperial Age from here. But obviously, you always feel like you need more and more military against all this. Monk will go for a conversion. This could actually happen this time. He can tank 2 shots. Oh, he gets it. He gets it. He gets it. Andy has to stay close to that mangonel so he doesn't lose everything. He's rolling towards the mangonel he just lost. He kills the monks. He split micros. Oh my God, Andy is a beast, man. That's such good micro. Such crazy value, and now the organ guns get flattened. If that were me or any other person watching right now, that mangonel conversion would probably lead to a turnaround shot on the other 2 mangonels. The organ guns stay alive. The organ guns mop up the light cav. And then NeoZz would waltz to the middle, drop a forward castle, and maybe have some chances. But yeah, you need something crazy now. And NeoZz is going to try petards, I think. He's dropping a dock here, which is probably for a transport. Andy can't see that. Okay, so... I mean, Andy's still producing light cav. Andy's still feeling like he's going to go for the kill. He's also bringing villagers. So he wants a castle drop. The first petard is in the castle. You need 5. Well, actually, no, you need... Oh, you need so many. You need 8 against Persians. But actually, that math does not check out. You would need 10, right? Not 8. 8's for a castle. Actually, don't know. Is it 8? That's kind of weird, right? Because I know a castle is 8, and castle's 4,800 HP, and the TC is 4,800 HP. Might be like an armor difference or something. 8 might actually work. Castle from Andy. That's not getting denied anytime soon. NeoZz needs to go now. But... Oh. Andy has to be careful. But yeah, I mean, he doesn't have the petard, so he can't go now. Petards have an extra bonus versus castle specifically. Okay, so it would be 10 for the TC then, probably. That explains the weird math situation there. Because it has to be 5 for regular TC. So it would be 10 here, and then the castle's only 8. Interesting. NeoZz has played great, but Andy has just played better. I also think Andy's aware that he could be transport castle drop. Like, he's thinking, how can I lose this game? And he's walling this up. Oh, he saw the dock. Yeah, the dock with the flag kind of gave it away. He's even going to try a double dock block here. I don't know why he's trying to dock there instead of just back here, but either way, you can block that with docks. NeoZz is like, this is taking for freaking ever, man. He's still waiting. Oh, it's taking a painfully long time to get the amount of petards required. Oh, and he doesn't even know he's been fully blocked there. I mean, obviously it looks bad for him, but he's gonna try, guys. Here he goes. Here he goes. We're off to the enemy base. Let's go. Petards and villagers and enough stone for a castle. Let's go. Where are you gonna go? I think he's not moving. Oh, he's gonna try and convert the dock first so he can delete it. Because he realizes he's been blocked. That's so funny. Meanwhile, Andy's on the way to Imp. All right, let's see if he can convert the dock. I mean, Andy has to know something's coming eventually. Oh, he's going to protect the monk. He's going to protect the monk. The dock gets deleted now. Because he doesn't want to donate the dock. And now NeoZz has an opportunity. Here we go. Go for it. There's still a chance. There's still a chance. There's still a chance. There's still a chance. There's a chance. There's not a chance. Hop out, hop out, hop out, hop out. We can't swim. GG. Well, respect that he tried, right? Respect that he tried. He was dead, sure. But at sudden death, you have to freaking try. He did. It didn't look good. It made us all laugh. But we're not laughing at him. We're laughing with him, hopefully. Well played from FreakinAndy. It was just a very smooth opening. I think kind of the game changer here was that moment where NeoZz got his scout trapped in Andy's base. And he didn't know that there was going to be the scout edition. Also think NeoZz just needed Loom. If NeoZz saw those couple scouts but had Loom, I actually think he could still have tried to quick wall and stayed out here and dropped the castle. Then later on, of course, like Monk's trying to convert the siege. Just didn't work out. Because Andy was patient. Andy had great eco. Andy had devotion. He made a lot of light cap this game as well. 18 light cap. Normally you can't do that. But normally you don't have this good of an economy. And that's Persians. And just how well FreakinAndy played it. So we'll see if NeoZz can tie it up. But Andy up 2-1. More of every resource except stone here from Andy. Just super clean. But you could tell NeoZz has potential. So I like this player. I also think he's got some good civs to potentially take us to a game 5. Okay. Here we are, game 4. We've got the Bengalis. No surprise for NeoZz. This civ is insanely strong. And Andy's gone for the Malay here. Huh. Surprising to me. Because if this goes to triple tunnel, I think maybe one of the best civs there would have been the Malay. But then again, I think of his options, he didn't really have many civs that could possibly compete with the Bengalis. Malay's probably one of the only ones he had available for that. Bengalis get the additional vills when they make it to the next stage. Their monks are crazy. And then they also have the Ratha unique unit. But did Andy pick this civ because he wants to dock on the outside? And add fish or something? My argument against that would be that's literally what Triple Tunnel is designed for. Like, Triple Tunnel as a map, you have a pond in the back with fish, and you're super far away from the enemy. So if Andy's going to try and be greedy with a fish boom here, I think it's risky. But could happen. There's some deer in the middle. And players will usually try and push their fair share in towards their base. Most of the stone and gold is forward, but there is always that gold on the backside and that stone on the backside. So, like in Castle Age, these resources become really important. But if you get Tower Rust or something, it's not like you're not going to have any stone or gold. Yeah, that's true, Pavion. Like, if Andy wins on this map, he doesn't have to worry about triple tunnel. But, like, you want to future-proof yourself as a player. So when you're up 2-1, I think you want to play your worst civilization here if it's a guarantee melee or just insane later on. So I think this is good for NeoZz. Good potential for NeoZz, because if NeoZz goes Italians in Game 5 against Georgians or Wu, I think he'll like his situation there. NeoZz will dock the outside. Interesting. So we'll see if he adds fishing ships, but at least we'll have the villagers there on the shorefish. And both players still just pushing in deer. Both players could go for a pretty easy fast castle. If they wish to. Like, they've gotten 2 or 3 deer so far. There's also the boars. There's the fish on the outside for NeoZz as he adds the fish. And we're going to see a dock from Andy in the middle. Malt says Hera's good at his draft, leaving his best civ for the deciding map in this set. Well, yeah, I mean, most players should be that way, right? I can list some other players like that as well, but, like, again, my point is, at least the way I see it, Malay have slightly better odds at winning this game, but those other civilizations have, like, slightly worse odds in Game 5. I think you'd want that reversed. But this is just classic T90, right? I'm talking about this nonstop, and then Andy's going to win this game, and then it's not even going to be a factor. But it's worth discussing, you know? It's also kind of crazy that Andy has chosen to go to the middle here. This would tell me that maybe he's going to go aggressive in feudal age, maybe drop some towers or something. But what I find to be best on this map is you use the eco on the back, which is, of course, very safe, and then invest into pushing forward instead of, like, the opposite, which is invest in the front and attack forward and then fall back behind it. Because the Megalis are going to have some craziness coming. Should be able to retake the middle. But we'll see. I see people are rioting because they can't bet their channel points. Sorry, guys. We've been light on the mod squad recently. Obviously, streaming midweek, and maybe I didn't post my schedule enough. We're gonna open it up this week. We're looking for more mod applicants. You need to have an IQ of at least 169. You need to have a fast castle time of at least 11 minutes and 40 seconds. You need to be incredibly handsome, charming, funny, creative, all of these things. And I feel like most of you guys are that. So, oh, and it's all, by the way, the wages are $0 an hour. So for anyone who fits the criteria, please keep an eye out for the possible applications, okay? I'm kidding. You don't need to be any of those things. You just need to be generally helpful and hang out around the channel and, you know, not be degenerate. And then apply. And then, of course, I probably won't pick everybody because I don't like my whole chat being filled with mod swords. But anyways, yeah, we need a couple more people helping out with the channel points at the very least. So that eliminates half of chat. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll let you. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to point fingers. But yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you, Logie, as well, for the 4 years. Can we get some salutes in chat for Logie, please? This is a test. Because when we get these mod submissions, anyone who doesn't post a salute for a 4-year resub obviously is out. I have a feeling we're going to get a lot more salutes now. Elman, thanks for the 14. Rooster, thanks for the 40 months. Nasta and Eliza, thank you. NeoZz is in the middle right now. There's no loom for Andy yet. Loom's 2 seconds away, but that's a villager down for Andy. He was not expecting there to be villagers here from NeoZz, but now NeoZz might need to back away. Just a couple sheep back here from Andy. He'll be in feudal age soon as well. It's amazing how fast the Malay advance up to the next stage, man. But, like, this will come as a surprise to NeoZz. He was not expecting there to be eco here. But I'd just be thinking, what is going to stop you from walking out here and just castle dropping it? How much does being a mod pay? Well, what's more important? My appreciation or US dollars? I mean, come on. I feel like they say good things can't be bought, right? No. Don't USD me. My appreciation should be ever so slightly more important, right? I'm kidding. I get it, okay? I get it. You don't care about me. Oh, God. NeoZz does not want to be walled in right now. Andy's trying to wall in... he's trying to wall in his opponent so the castle can't come forward. He has not been able to complete the walls yet, though. There's still a gap over here he didn't hit. And I don't think he realized that until the final second. The villagers are coming out. This is chat rioting right now. These are people who are mad about my comments, leaving chat, and I don't know, going into the Discord and complaining or something. Oh, it's about to be a full villager fight. But NeoZz, don't go too far, because you can't reinforce if Andy actually completes the walls here. Well, can we get the... We don't have the boxing mod on, because I suck, but... It's a boxing ring in the middle. And, oh, more walls from Andy. Oh, and NeoZz blocks it with a gate, but now Andy gets the wall anyways, bro. NeoZz is desperate. His villagers have gone too far. I mean, he doesn't really know what to do now. He's going to drop a tower. He also has to be really careful about the water because the demo could hop out at any time. NeoZz did kill 4 vills. They're both going to make it to Castle Age and basically not have eco to do anything. NeoZz saves his villagers with the tower. NeoZz 6-1 on the eco KD, and then you get 4 free vills. He is super housed, though. They'll drop another tower. I mean, the initial plan was going to be a castle, right? And then he just had to pull villagers. And NeoZz is just rattled. Loses another vill. Andy still has fishing ships, but they're in the middle, so they're not really safe. He's shifting a lot to stone. He's got a monk on the way. That monk is going to heal over time in the middle here, which is great. Nothing really on the outside for Andy. A little bit of food eco for NeoZz. But what's NeoZz make here? Okay, he's just now adding a monastery for some monks. Eco counts even. But Andy about to be ahead. He's getting double bid axe for 2 villagers. There's an argument that that's not even worth it. What's up, Donald? What's up, Cryptics? Thank you. And Andy sees the tower. Oh, the towers aren't in range? No, they are in range of each other. There's a bug, by the way. Oh, the tower's attacking the wall. Never mind. There is actually an issue in the recent patch where sometimes towers and castles don't attack. So that's what I thought that was, but it's actually attacking the wall. I could see Andy going right back in for that tower. But he's just going to chill out. Kind of feels like game number 1, where it's just going to be whoever can convert the most wins with Atonement. But if Andy gets a castle down near these towers, which seems increasingly likely, he takes down the towers, he takes the stone and gold, he protects the middle area where he can then fish trap with the melee, and this game might be his. Game actually just comes down to, can NeoZz get Atonement right now and convert a monk and a couple of vills and push out back the middle? As weird as it sounds. That's highly specific, but... He's about to... Oh, no, he's not even close to breaking down this wall. That's also part of the problem, is he can't actually send more vills out to stop a castle. Can this be crazy enough? Andy... Is he going to delete the walls and drop the castle on the monasteries? Oh, bro, that's so good. That's so good. That's way better than what I was thinking. Because that's much closer to all of this. If this castle goes up, NeoZz is in big trouble. And Atonement's in for Andy, so he can convert the monks. Oh, man. NeoZz was not expecting that. Well, if NeoZz had the stone, he should definitely go castle Andy's base now. But he doesn't have the stone. He needs, like, a sneaky siege workshop on the outside or something. He needs to make a play around the outside for the TC. Also, karambits are incredible. Oh, God, NeoZz, did he delete those vills? I guess he knew they were going to die anyways. Maybe if you delete them, your opponent doesn't get as much score. Also, I guess they could have been converted, but... yeah, this is looking bad for NeoZz. Castle does not range the TC. But petards can be made from it. And karambits can be made from it. And karambits are great against monks. NeoZz has, like, no resources. I think he's going to just try and get enough stone for a castle. He does also have a demo hoping to kill vills, but there's basically not a lot going on back there. Andy will outpost because he knows he's got this game if he doesn't make a mistake. And he doesn't want any big surprises around the outside. Castle really needs to research fletching here. Like, a little bit more range on that castle would be helpful. Both players going for conversions. Andy's getting the conversions. And then he just deletes those. He'll be happy with that. NeoZz hoping that this dream continues. But yeah, like, credit to Andy, man. That wall was absolutely crazy. I know he didn't complete it initially, but it ended up working out for him. And this... my feeling on him having a weaker civ in Game 5 is not going to matter if he can get the job done right now. Yeah, love the outpost here. He can see the monk there. He also can see a monk there. So I think his mind is shifting to the outside. I'd be shocked if Andy loses this game from here. Someone said castle doesn't research fletching, noob. You knew exactly what I meant. Maybe it's a little iffy, but I think you had the brain cells to know exactly what I meant. But let me specify for you, okay? Please use the blacksmith, which researches fletching. That affects the range on the castle. Shall I be more specific? It doesn't actually affect just the castle. It affects towers. It affects archers. It affects skirmishers. It affects a variety of different things in Age of Empires. There, is that better? This is a sucky feeling. You're, like, so far away from actually going for the kill shot. And you see an outpost on either side. You know what he needs? He needs a transport ship. That's the fastest way he can get there with vills to drop a castle. I'm not even memeing. Like, I think that is way better than running with your vills. And he's going to aim for another castle. I think he's going to shoot this house down, delete all of this, and then build the castle on the TC. NeoZz could just build a defensive castle. But his eco is not very good. Where's the transport, NeoZz? Is there hope? Hey, guys. Castle got fletching. Or, excuse me. The blacksmith researched fletching, which in turn affected the castle's range. I'm going to be very specific for the rest of this game. All right, he's about to get the stone for a castle. Andy is even stonewalling. That's so good, man. That's so good. Why not? Like, crazy things have happened. Play it extra safe. He doesn't actually have the stone for his own castle because of those stone walls, so. Oh, God, where are these vills? Okay, so I was a little blind there. So they went this way, and they built a house, and then they got spotted. Now they're coming home? And now they're going forward again? And he calls the GG. Because Andy's coming into town. And Andy's about to kill him. And NeoZz understands the people. And he says, kill my TC just for the show. So he calls the GG, but he won't resign. I mean, he could have just waited till he lost his TC and then called the GG, but this is fine. He knows it's over. He knows he's dead. He's doing this for the people. Would be kind of crazy if Andy, like, was a little lax here and somehow threw. Drama alert, but yeah, there's no way you can throw from this position. And NeoZz will get knocked out. Andy signaled these monks and says, for a moment, I thought those were elephants. Oh, shoot. That's funny. GG. Dude, if Andy saw these and thought they were elephants, his heart probably skipped a beat. I don't know if maybe he caught them in the side of the outpost vision, and that's why he added the stone walls, but GG. So, FreakinAndy, the favorite, wins. But let's not forget NeoZz. NeoZz beat Viper 3-2. I thought he had some good games here. I really just think Andy's ability to thrive in the chaos is kind of unmatched. And against a different player, NeoZz could have maybe gotten the job done. The previous game was so sick from Andy to deny that castle spot. His eco was amazing. His patience was amazing. And then here, as well, the forward walls and the Vil fighting and the monks, just super smooth. So well played to Andy. Dave said it yesterday. Andy might be a favorite to maybe make it to the finals at this point. There's no Viper, there's no Winchester, because they got upset by various people in that side of the bracket. There are some other big names, but like, could definitely see Andy making it to the finals in this tournament. And yeah, GG. I'll pull up the bracket just to talk about that a little bit, because I'm sure you guys want to see who Andy will be up against. I also forget who Andy will be up against, but GG to Andy. We have another series happening today, by the way. It is Hart versus Kingston. That'll be starting in about like 15, 20 minutes. So obviously don't go anywhere. We'll have another set. But yeah, bracket-wise, because of the upsets, I really like Andy's chances here. 1 sec. Okay, so why is Liquipedia doing this to me today and cutting this off? It did it yesterday as well. So you thought like maybe ACCM would advance through, but he got beaten by Margugu. So it's Margugu Sorakuma here. It's Nikov Classic Pro here. It's Duduzu against Andy next. So my point is like, of this side of the bracket, I'd say like Andy, Nikov, maybe the top two people remaining in the bracket on this side, right? So like on the road to the final. In the upper bracket, you have Sebastian, then whoever wins Barrows Lewis will be up against him. Hart Kingston, I could see Hart winning. And then Yo Kapwatch, I can see Yo winning. All those players are like a lot more accustomed to being in that top 10. But yeah, lower side of the bracket, things will be interesting there. Yeah, Yo is expected to be really good. Hart, I think. Hart Kingston is going to be a fun one because Kingston is like, he's definitely a step down. But like he's a step down from Hart in standard settings, but these are far from standard settings. So we will, we'll see. I don't know why Liquipedia has been doing this. Does anyone else have this? This never used to be off my screen. Maybe it's because of how many players are there, but it's annoying to have to go to the bottom to move this. That's not typical. But yeah, let's look at the upsets, right? Like, Viper losing to NeoZz was an upset. Antagonist losing to Duduzu was an upset. Antagonist beat Winchester. That was an upset. T90 losing to Sorakuma. Big upset. Big upset. I was very upset, so that's accurate. What else happened here? Sebastian Jordan was pretty close. I think Kingston beating Sato was an upset. What else? Yeah, those are probably the biggest upsets. There was actually more in the round of 128, but Liquipedia doesn't show the round of 128. There were a couple more there, like seed 75 beating seed 55. But I'm not going to go all the way back there and look at that. So it's been fun. It's been fun. But yeah, FreakinAndy wins.